Episode 21. Use the demonic power of words to sow confusion. In the realms of seduction, language is not just a tool for expressing yourself. It is a powerful weapon for working on the minds and emotions of your targets. The seductive masters understand that blunt self-expression and literal speech actually limits their power of persuasion. Instead, they wield words as enchanting spells deliberately designed to create delicious effects of confusion, intoxication, and delirium within their quarry. The neutral approach to build tension. In the initial phases, the seducer is indirect, using intentionally harmless, even bland language that seems devoid of ulterior motives. How was your weekend? Or can you believe this weather? This puts the target at ease while also creating an air of mystery and tension around the seducer's true intentions. Gradually, the seducer punctures this tension with surprising verbal seduction. The love bomb of ego flattery. Few people can resist the delightful surprise of receiving an eloquent ego massage aimed at their insecurities. The seductive master is a skilled student of their target's psyche, speaking in florid, poetic prose to shower them with unexpected validation about their wits. You have such a brilliant mind for literature. Talents. The way you commanded that boardroom really showed your gift for leadership. Or physiques. Has anyone told you that you have the most tantalizing eyes? This powerfully compounding flattery produces an overwhelming effect akin to an intoxicating love bomb that melts away defenses. Painting pictures of fantasy. Rather than boring their listeners with logical arguments or concrete specifics, seducers avoid grounding things in reality at all. Their speech remains dreamily ambiguous and creative, vividly painting alluring pictures of a captivating fantasy future full of adventure, pleasure, and boundless possibility. Imagine us sailing Antarctic waters, explorers in a world of icy beauty. Or, just think of the untrammeled paths we could blaze together in the Himalayas. These hazy yet vivid promises are like oral hallucinations, transporting the mind into an idealized dream state receptive to seduction's spell. The humor disarm. If a seducer meets resistance, they don't fight fire with fire through heated argument and debate. That would be ugliness and turn their target off. Instead, they diffuse attacks using light, charismatic humor, sarcasm, and an unfazed indifference that projects supreme confidence. Well, isn't someone a little cranky this morning? Or providing an absurd, exaggerated interpretation? Oh, I see. You must think I'm trying to steal your very soul with my flirtatious banter. This lures the target's psychology into a more light-hearted, pliable headspace where they are more open to being persuaded and captivated. Compounding emotions to bewitch. Rather than lecturing through dry logic, seducers orchestrate sequences of heightened, compounded emotions in their communications to produce almost hypnotic enchantment. They may begin by speaking of love. When I first saw you across the room, I was utterly bewitched, escalating to indignation. But then reality hit me, a beauty like you couldn't possibly be unattached, leading to outrage. The thought that some unchivalrous fool let you slip away is outrageous. Then back to affection. But that was their loss, and potentially my profound gain. This undulating roller coaster keeps the listener's psyche enthralled. Each masterfully escalated emotion makes the next seem that much more potent. Repetition as incantation. Seducers understand the incredible power of repeating the same affirming, emotionally resonant words and phrases in an enchanted sort of verbal incantation. You are so intelligent, so very intelligent. An intelligent person like you understands. Through hypnotic repetition, they can make certain idealized thoughts lodge deeply in their target's unconscious mind without them realizing the implant is happening. This is seduction as Jedi mind trick. The fantasy atmosphere of ambiguity. Crucially, seductive speech remains ungrounded in literal reality or concrete meaning. The seducer speaks in ambiguous riddles. Life is but a series of exquisite crossroads. Creative metaphors. Your eyes are limpid pools I utterly yearn to drown within. And masterfully vague poetry. To gaze upon your face is to wish to remain untethered, drifting upon the intoxicating streams of desire's eddying currents that create an atmosphere of dreamy fantasy and boundless imagination within their target's mind. This heightened delirium of uncertainty is exactly the environment in which seduction can take root and rationality disintegrate. The entrancing power of poetic mystery. When the language grows arrestingly beautiful, hypnotically cadenced and dripping with sensual undertones, the effect can be electrically entrancing, making the listener metaphorically slip into a trance-like state where seductive possibilities seem to waft through the air. Like Aphrodite's golden tresses, so effortlessly do you make my heart's spirit entwine, becalmed around your slightest whim. The more poetically mystifying the seducer's words, the more cerebrally enchanted and defenseless their target becomes. The strategic power of judicious silence. Of course, not everyone has an innate talent for rapturous dark poetry and mystifying wordsmithing. For those lacking this silver tongue, judicious silence can be equally powerfully seductive. The seducer poses a question or makes an ambiguous statement, then allows the empty space, the unanswered tension, to exert its powerful tug on their target's imagination. In the thoughtful spaces between words, the tension and atmosphere of mystery can build tantalizingly. Unanswered questions. So I wonder, do you fear what you rouse within my fluttering heart? And unfinished statements. There are times when even the strongest willpower may falter before untamed yearnings such as can leave the target's imagination inevitably filling the blanks with their own intrigued fantasies. Whether through compounded emotional crescendos, bewitching ambiguity, hypnotic repetitions, or resonant poetic evocations, the seductive master uses speech less to express concrete meaning and more as a powerful instrument for implanting idealized fantasies directly into their target's subconscious. The result is that their target's sense of reality and truth becomes thoroughly perverted in favor of a deluded dream state ripe for seduction's ultimate conquest. The highest art of seduction, then, is not telling someone what you want. It is getting them to want what you want, distracted by a symphonic trance of enchanted words as you work your charms unseen. For those armed with this diabolical silver tongue, no mind's defenses can stay unbreached. A mere utterance, strategically deployed, and the seedlings of desire's spell take root in even the most stubborn of psyches. With steady lashings of chaos-inducing ambiguity and intoxicating emotional escalations, the tendrilled creepers of seduction bear their cunning blossoms. One ecstatic delirium at a time, the rigid finally grows transcendently pliant in the seducer's flourishing grasp. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button, and if you found something relatable, feel free to share your thoughts in the comments section. Now onto something crucial. Make it a habit to learn something valuable every day that genuinely benefits you. Remember, the content you feed your mind is like nourishment for your brain, so choose wisely. Be intentional about it. Otherwise, algorithms may manipulate your thinking. Consider that. Additionally, we're now welcoming contributions in the form of subscriptions to help fund our upcoming projects and provide you with outstanding content. Join us in our journey by subscribing today.